Hive. Hello. Always have to like get the docs up. Hey, and today we're gonna go over Emerald AI. Sure. Can. So, to kind of explain a little bit what Emerald AI is. It's Emerald AI. But this wasn't. Oh, this is the base player IK. AI. Emerald AI. I'll show you guys what I have. You have an example target, and essentially what I'm trying to do right now is just is this a viable thing? I need to. Need to fix. Rotate. Lock. Let me see. Trying to see. Trying to see why. Around, but anyways, we're gonna. So what we have when I hit play, you'll see. So this guy's gonna shoot some shards at him. Just made him green, I believe. So this guy shoots things. And so that's what we're gonna work on. And they put some audio in the background, just for the sake of having something. So the next thing, so I need to make, so 3 things I need to do eventually. But the thing is, when I saw what needed to happen to Emerald AI, I might just end up doing it myself. But it's a good tool to learn because the way the animations are set up. But so one is animation syncing, which is network booleans. So that is what I need to do to sync the animations. Because right now the animations just trigger, and so the master client will have all the logic, and then I just need to do network booleans to know when something's trigger, and I'll kind of show that in a second. The other thing that I'll need is an enemy attacks damage player. Okay, and then the last thing I need, and then I need player attacks damage enemy. And one subcategory that I gotta do in here also is that. Crap, I'm gonna forget it. I came in and I forgot. 2 seconds. What do I need to do? Okay, so enemy attacks damage the player. Oh, I damaged the player. Or enemy attacks damage the player. Oh, enemy detects player. We need to test that. Make sure that. And then maybe, there's a subcategories of things we need to add, like enemy chases player, enemy wanders or roams. So these things are things we can add, but they're not huge. So I would say these 3 are like minimal. So I would say like this, right? And then these are like heavier house. I would say like more orange. So these are the things that we need to get done. These are the kind of polish or extendable. But at the end of the day, I might not even use Emerald AI. I'll show you. Let's talk about the animations. So the animation is the least of my worries. Emerald AI has a bunch of components that lets you create AI, and I can like wandering angle limit. You have a lot of little um, parameters to just make it more robust. You have an idle, and so and it transitions very smoothly, so you don't have to worry about like transitions, animations, and pathfinding or nav mesh. It does most of it for you, so that it doesn't look janky and it's nice and smooth. The problem is that I have a lot of specifics. For example, one of the things I have is that damageable component, and it takes in an element, yeah, for damage to see what element it is. So I'm gonna have to tweak that a little bit. So for the sake of just doing and showing what it takes to add Emerald AI to my stuff, I'm gonna do it, but I'll probably just learn from it and uh, grab some things that I like from the plugin that I can incorporate into um, my animation so that I can make them smooth. First of all, syncing animations. So in here somewhere, animations, you have the profile, and in here we have all the animations. We have the controller. So this controller is what I'm thinking, like if I ever have to do, and this is cleaner than usual. Like trust me, like it looks like a lot, but it's pretty clean. So that's what happens usually with these, is that you get like a huge, so you start here, you have a movement, and then transitions are you turn right, turn left, movement, pull out weapon, idle state, hit state, combat movement type 2, pull out weapon. And then you go into this one, and then you have combats, attacks, emote states, pull out weapon 2. You know, like if you have one-handed, two-handed, I assume combat, walk backwards, dodge, attack. And this is just for the sorcerer, because the sorcerer is flying, and so you can do a lot of cool stuff. And then the turn. So if you look here, see the sorcerer's. Oh crap! But you can't see it. Let me change where I'm at. See, this is the animations. So the sorcerer is always like moving. I can hit in here. Somewhere, some of these have animations, I think. In here we have different combat base states. Where am I? Oh, there. Okay, so there's a lot of setup here, but I can kind of do the same thing. So anytime, so death. So anytime is destroyed, see the Boolean is dead, death index, combat state. So we have index. So if you say 1, 2, 3, you could say play death animation 1, death animation 2, death animation 3, 4, 5. That's all for variety. So the thing with this plugin is they trying to have a lot of things for you done for you. Okay. There's no motion in here because what you are the one that puts these in, and so the plugin automatically adds them in here for you, so you don't have to go in here and add them yourself. But you can. So in here, this module, you have the animations. You can view the animations, clear animation profile, edit animation profile. Here I go to the animation profile, and this has all the actual animations. See, and in here, this is what plugs it in into that stuff. So you can see idle, multiple walks. So they're different combat, and you have all the animations in here. And you can do, like I said, we have the death animations. So if we put multiple animations, we know we have 4. Oh, and in here, yeah, I'll automatically use Ragdoll. So see, like all these things are done for you. So it's a nice plugin. I would say if I wanted to use Emerald AI, I would have included this at the beginning of the project and started from here and added my stuff on top, like the elements and stuff. And I would have worked with this for a long time to figure out all the little things. I will learn some of it today because I have to dive deep into it. And I did a little bit of homework yesterday to figure out what I'm getting myself into and trying to see what I needed to do. And I have the list. Okay, so this syncing animations, I'm not going to focus on that because if you look at what it entails and what I get out of it, right? So go in here. This, see how there's parameters? See these all these booleans, all these states need a network parameter. So in here, I have the speed as probably like a float. Let me see, 1.5. Yeah. So I need a float network variable for speed, a network angular speed, direction, animation speed, stationary direction. And some of these I might say, oh, I don't need it. I'll just set it and I'll never change it, like speed and stuff. And then later on, if I need it, I can just add a network variable. But all these have to be network variables. And what happens is the person that has access to the master client, what they'll do is they'll trigger the booleans and change it. And so it'll behave the same as in single player, but it will network them across. So then the clients get all these booleans triggered, and the animations will play. So you don't have to do any of the logic. You just trigger the animations when they need to trigger, and that's the only difference. Okay, but you have to go in the code and see where these are and change them from regular network booleans to, regular local booleans to, or parameters to network parameters, and make sure that they are being called correctly, and then setting these to what they're supposed to. So that's the main thing. But do I need it? No, because what's going to happen if I don't do this? The only thing that's going to change is that you will not see the animations. Okay. Okay, so for example, so I don't need to do it. So what's going to happen is with this guy, let's say I'm flying, right? Over the network, and I'll try to make a build while I keep looking at the code and stuff. But see how this guy flies and shoots? So these are animations. And the wandering, I think, up is also a thing. So what's going to happen is that if you look at this ranged enemy, see how it's still there? He's not moving. Technically, he's up in the air because he's animated. So this guy is everyone's gonna see him as like a T-pose, and then so they're not gonna see him doing all these animations, and it's okay. And then he'll shoot. Okay, if he moves, like I said, if he's physically moving, it will change. I have to figure that out because instead of having him there, I think I need to. I'll double check what I need to add for the network transform. But for the most part, this will be here because this is the nav mesh agent. And so when this guy moves like this, you'll see that movement because I have a network transform in here, and it will replicate this across the network. But the animations of him floating are not going to happen. So I could go in and fix the floating and stuff. But the thing is, I'm trying to cut costs, save time, and figure out the most important parts. So that's why we have a list of things to do, like sticky notes. So these things don't need them right now. We'll probably do them as we're testing things. But the main thing now is, okay, the enemy attacks needs to damage the player. And in order to test that, I do need to have the enemy detect the player. Okay, I don't need to chase it. I don't need to roam. I'm just gonna get close enough and he should come in. So I have these two sticky notes in here. So when the enemy roams, we can do that. And when the enemy chases the player. Okay, now, okay, so I'm gonna do this right now. Enemy attacks damage the player. And I think I was working on something called local damage or local trigger damage. Okay, so this is just like a quick script to deal damage. Once we figure out the AI stuff, I'll be able to really polish the experience and nail down what the game will be like. We have post-processing, we have a lot of cool effects coming up. There's a lot of things that I want to work on that it's okay. Like I just need to stop myself and kind of wait for dessert. That's the whole point. I'm doing my vegetables now. I'm doing the things that I wish we already figured out. But anyway, so triggered damage will have this, and it's already dealing damage. And this is an AI damage. So if we don't have local player stats, we can do regular damage. And this is the type of damage. So we have pretty much everything already in this iDamageable class. The main thing is that this out is for my interface. So we're okay. So what I've been doing is I have to explain myself. What I'm doing is, let's see how we're gonna do this. No, I don't want template. I'm saying, let's say I have this, like this is our component for like detecting damage. I think I can draw on it. But the idea is that, let's say I cut it in half, right? I cut it in half. Then we have in here, let me see. So we have the Emerald AI. So we have Emerald. And then we have my stuff. Let's say my stuff. And if we have this stuff here, what we're doing is that we're going to use both. We're going to use the Emerald stuff so that I can track, or so that I can use the AI stuff to find the target. And then I'm going to use my stuff to actually trigger damage and continue to do everything the way I've been doing before. Because even though Emerald AI has damage and health, I already have implemented entity components that like can make the enemy AI have different levels and be able to shoot different projectiles that are different level damages. And I have my stuff that deals damage, and I have everything networked and everything working. So instead of trying to erase all my stuff, right? Instead of doing erase my stuff and just do everything with Emerald AI, what I want to do is do both right now for the sake of time. But it would be nice to just have it in both. Okay, so how would we do that? So we have this guy, and I'm still in the middle of it. So we have Emerald detection, and I could just keep this guy here and try to get into the way of the others, the projectiles. But let's see what happens. So we have this thing that's gonna spawn stuff, and we're gonna make it work in single player or with a local player. And then I'm gonna figure out, okay, how do I spawn these things for both the player and the enemy? So ideally, we would set up. Ideally, we would set up this as a network object. So when it spawns a shards, you have a Earth shard. This would be a multiplayer. So I would go in here in this script and try to figure out how it works, but I don't want to go through. It's too tedious. So like in here somewhere, spawn projectiles. So instead of doing the, because I have to see like how it does the curve, because it does a curve to spawn. See, like in here, the spread type. So in here, spawn, assign projectile, assign stuff. There's a lot of things that it's doing to get things ready. But in here, it'll spawn projectiles, depending on how many projectiles it needs to spawn. And here, target, Emerald system. It creates a bunch of stuff for the component. And the thing with all these, see here, we have an object pool, and that's the thing that's going to kill it, is that there's a pooling system, which is nice. But if I'm going to do a network spawn, I have to either create a fusion pool, object pool, and then so I would go in here. If I really wanted to do it correctly, I would create a public class like this that would generate a pool of objects, create the stack, the game objects, the prefab, and in here check which ones static, and instead of do game object instantiate, I would do runner.spawn. The thing is, I don't have that knowledge. Is way above me because I usually it's very rare that I need to create a pooling system. This is just nice because you're going to cast a lot of spells and whatnot, but we don't need to. Okay, so the main thing is that. So because I don't want to, again, this is all about like cutting costs and like what do I really need. Okay, so what we're going to try to do is for the multiplayer aspect to say, okay, how can we trigger, right? Like, see, it says in here, invoke Emerald Combat, create ability, and somewhere in here, we have to figure out where it calls the ability. So, and then we'll have to do it's not empty. And then we have a game object and create an attack transform. And so we need to find a way to do this as an RPC mechanic. And maybe like, okay, that this transform has to be networked or passed over as a parameter. So this is where it starts getting kind of crazy, where I don't know if it's a good way. So update actions here. Okay, so we start aggressive behavior time. So this is where like if every 2 seconds it updates the actions. And if it has weapons or type 2 combat, enable update action. Okay, attack. And it will do the cooldown. So there's a lot of stuff in here that I have to check and that I have to figure out. But the thing is, like, I'm overriding this Emerald Combat class, right? And figure out, okay, like, do I need to go in here and change this to like, this is an interface. It's blocking, it's attacking. Then we know that's when we check if we're attacking or not. Okay, attack trigger. So these are the network animations. Okay, so this is going to be really hard, and we might not even use. That's why I've said we might not even use this, but I wanted to go through and kind of show you a little bit of what it entails, so you know what you get yourself into when you do multiplayer games. So we have this Earth Shard, and we're going to make it damage. So in here we have the local trigger damage. We have AI damage, which is 2, and the number of hit 1. Okay, on damage dealt. We have the collider, we have the bullet, rigid body. We'll figure it out. And this Earth type. And we don't have a local player stat. This is the enemy. So we're just going to take in the AI damage. Okay, that is pretty much it. So this should hit us when we do damage. Now the thing is, like, does the player can they detect us? Right. So this example target is damageable and it has a player layer. And here we have the detection. Let me show you. There is a detection here. Okay, so with detection, it has obstruction layers. So if you have layers that you don't want the player to see or that blocks, you can do that. These are the tags. So the player unity tag player, and the detection is damageable. And if you wanted, you could add more. But right now, I'm just, hey, just aim at these guys, damageable, because they'll have something to hit. Okay, that will detect that. And then you have the factions, a red NPC. This is a red faction, and then you have blue NPCs in case the player summons a blue NPC. We would use that for your party, so that way you have teams. And that is how it'll detect. So let's see if it should. 1, it should detect. 2, it should fire at me, and then those shards will hit me. Okay, but it won't be networked. Okay, so we'll figure some stuff out. Maybe we won't even use the object pool. We'll just spawn them and then destroy them. And it might be a little bit overboard, but for like resources and stuff, but we'll make it work. And then I have to figure out how to make how to add the damageable components or the health for these guys. Like I have health for my dudes because I don't have it as a component. And here we do have health, but the problem is it's not showing. Like, let me see if I can see the health on this guy. And this is straight from the test, so I should see this guy has health. But what did it say? I saw something that said no. Hit effect. Use hit effect. Controls whether or not this ally will use hit effects when it receives damage. Yes, do hit effect. Oh, and then I have to like grab a hit effect. I might have. No, I don't know. Okay. But starting health. But see, this guy doesn't have any health. I don't see it. Where is it? Okay. Let's this. So we're gonna try to reach this guy and see what happens. Yeah, it might be a little bit much. Let's connect and figure this out. Pretty easy. Oh. And now I know how to force this meta stuff to actually connect no matter what, so better. Okay. Okay, good. See how it goes. And we have, I might show it later, but we have some more cool effects coming up. I've been looking through and been gathering some cool effects that we'll be able to use for our game. That'll be awesome. We're gonna be. Oh, something happened. Oh, it's oh dang it. Oh no, I forgot. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what we need for the player before I switch over because I have to switch to Android. Dang it. Switch. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna take a while. I've completely forgot about that because I clear cache. Okay, so hold on. Okay. Oh man, that might take a while. Let me see. Yeah, it's gonna be forever. So that might ruin some of this stuff. But let's say now we're gonna deal with take damage. So how we go about the player? No, the player will take damage. It's how do I get the object to take damage? So what I have usually is where's the polished and what is it? Flying enemy. I have the flying enemy. I remember if this is it. Yeah, so it has the network behavior I damageable. And so it has the same idea that it damages regardless. The problem is that the other controller, the other enemy doesn't have this enemy base that I have. And so I need to figure out, okay, like, how can I get this I damageable into the... and this is not an abstract class. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't tested some of this stuff, but it's working. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, let me see. It'll take a while. So what I can do, I'm trying to think. if I gave the player this, it will get health, get team, and damage. This enemy base takes that into account. That's okay when it spawns. The team, the enemy level, the reward, what it gives when it's destroyed. So I need to put this on the other player. I mean, on the AI. And this will set up the client, look at the target, like the level and stuff. So maybe what I need to do is grab Emerald AI, put it in here, and try to figure out where I put these things. Because this will have a collider. And this is what's gonna take the damage. See, it says on by this local player. This is just in case for XP distribution, but let's say they'll RPC take damage. State authority is the one that receives the damage. We round up, and if it's health, the enemy destroyed, and it goes to everyone. So like everyone gets XP, and then the wallet, like we get some rewards, like arcane coins. We have a temp, and we have the actual. So that way, when that's interesting. That's gonna give me double. It's an interesting thing. But on enemy killed, invoke, and then I remove all the listeners. Because every time it spawns, every time it spawns, it adds to the event channel. On enemy killed, then we despawn. So this is working. So this is all work with the enemy. So what we need to figure out with a flying enemy. So I need to figure out a way to put that. So in here we need to, okay, so let's see. So for this guy, we need, and this is something that you can use Monday for. All right, like if I go to Monday, come on. Let's see how to, this how I would do it on Monday. Hunters. I haven't done it in a while. Okay, what? Okay, prototype face. Okay, so we have a bunch of stuff. Okay, let's say new item. Oh, not new item. New group. This is we can do weekly sprints or like Emerald AI. Insertion or whatever you want to call it. We have the task to network animation. Parameters. Then we have enemy attack. Enemy can damage player. Player can damage enemy. Okay, and this is like I'm working on it. Priority is very low. This was pretty high. Enemy damage player. This is pretty high too. They're critical, but anyways, enemy can damage player. Enemy needs to detect a player. Add collision triggers. Make sure layers are set up correctly. So these are things that I would have to do, and I did some of them. Needs testing. Collision trigger needs testing. Needs testing. So all this is at a testing spot, and that's what we're doing right now. We were about to test, but I'm probably going to take a little bit. So see, it's still doing this because I have a billion assets. Because I'm testing things, and I have a bunch of assets that I downloaded: music, animation, VFX, models, like. And so eventually, at one point, I'm going to have to just like trim it all down and do it in house and replace stuff. So, but right now, I just need to like figure things out. And so, typically, what I would do is, I remember this, I would have just hit switch, and then just go get lunch or something, or do something else and come back to it. But because we're in the live stream, we gotta be productive. So okay, so we're gonna go and test it as soon as that thing is done, and then player can damage enemy. So in order for that, figure out enemy base, figure out how to add health and level to enemy. The other thing the enemy has is mana. That's what stops them from continually shooting stuff. And I don't know if this AI has that stuff, so I can't can ask. Let me ask on Discord while we're doing. So the usually what I try to do when I have time. Where is it? So usually what I do. Okay. Is there a way to add the completion? Okay, so I asked that to just kind of there, put it there. Eventually, I'll get an answer, whatever. So usually, when I have a question, I just ask it and let it sit there because oftentimes no one's gonna reply to it right away. But if they do, great. If not, whatever. I'll figure it out. There's also I have the documentation in here. I could say mana. Managers. No mana thing. Mana. The AI. No, manager. Yeah, see, so that's why I asked, because I figured. So we'll see. I mean, I could do it here. Yeah, so I could look in here eventually and see if I can figure out. But anyway, so figure out how to add health to the level to the enemy. And once that happens, like done. So we're gonna figure this out. Let me see. Make sure spells the detect enemy collision. We'll see. Make sure damage is being dealt to enemy. Enemy can be killed by, and I think because the spells from the player will be networked, I don't have to. This part is not as bad. Make sure XP and King coins are distributed when enemy dies, enemy killed. Okay, so those are the things we have. I'm figuring this out right now. Make sure spells detects collision. I think it does, but just better worded is double check collision layers. Make sure it all works, because that's what we'll be testing. That means it's being built to the enemy. We'll need testing, make sure XP. Yeah, so when we add the base, it'll add all this stuff. And so that's something we'll figure out. But for the most part, we put just in low priority, so we don't need to worry about that. Let me see. Okay, so we have that. Let me still. The other thing that we could do is I could remove Steam. The problem is it's going to take another 15 minutes. Let me read the documentation on setup. The other thing I can do is graph mirror and see what this guy does for animation. Okay, so let me see. Because I need to figure out the animation, I could do that. So let me create a new project. We'll create a new project that will probably take super short. Install editor, projects, new. Okay, we're not going to do that one. Do this one, and then we're going to do my project, built-in render, RP. VR, or I don't want built-in. RP, URP. Okay. Template, Emerald AI, MP, multiplayer, or mirror integration, because it's mirror. Okay, so I'm gonna download this tools. I don't think what else I need. I need to download Emerald, and mirror, and then once I download mirror, I download the asset, install the packages, and then see what it does. If it doesn't work, then we'll see. But that might be taking less time than this. This is still going. It's like, it might be quick in a little bit. I hate not figuring this out before. I keep forgetting. Usually set up by default. But all these sound effects that I have, because I just downloaded the, I just want to delete them. What I can do is grab the sound effects that I'm using and then deleting the packages, so I don't have to have so many. And so it's just that it's so easy to just have a bunch of sound effects and click and drag in case I need one, but they're honestly not that good. My advice would be to just pick and choose the ones you want and delete the package. So maybe I'll have to go through the sounds and just to remove them. Then I also have a bunch of visual effects. So let me show you guys what some of the effects that I have are while we wait stuff to happen. A bunch of sales. There's some assets that started. Yep. Anyways, here, assets. Some of the things that we have that I got these water effects, and these are really good. I'm gonna see, these are some of the stuff that we're gonna use for our game. For just like shots and whatnot. Some of the stuff like that, these orbs and shots. Yeah, so there's some cool stuff we'll do. Like we have a lot of effects here that will be good for the game. And then we have this fire asset. So because we have fire, water, and earth. But that's the idea we have. See, like we could use these dealing damage. Some of these are 2D sprites and stuff, so they might not do well in VR, but for them, like that won't be okay. And like vortex and stuff. But shooting, thinking of testing this out for like the slide. We'll see how it looks. So those some of we're using this portal one, but I don't like it very much. It's just for prototyping. Some of the stuff is not working. The rendering. These are some other effects. They're not like as good as the other ones that I like, but they're good to kind of test things out. If we're shooting or like impact effects, trying to stylize things, like when you hit things, you got meteors coming down, whatever. Like if you shoot a ball, um, different things. So this has all these impact effects, which is really nice. Then you have like this, which is kind of like shooting different things, and it has some pretty cool stuff that like throwing like these hammers. So if you throw like a boomerang, it'll be fun to do spells that do this type of stuff. We just have to tie it into our game. So those are some of the things that I've been. Then we have like this UI marker that you guys probably seen on some of it. We have like these markers for the spells that we're gonna use for our game. And so this is the one that I'm using a lot right now. I really like this one and this one. They're very cartoonish and stylized, and they look really nice. And we can tailor it to our needs specifically, right? So they're very stylized, but we can change it. So then we can do like meteor attacks, do a lot of cool stuff with this. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so it's super cool. And then I have other things like rays, explosions, and I think we have the eyeballs in here somewhere that you'll see with our thing. We have these orbs. I think this orb is the one that we're using for the attacks on the eyeball. Then they have these eyeballs, which is pretty cool because we have eyeballs too. But these guys are just animated, so they're not all the way there all the time. So, anyways, this is good. Some good stuff that we have prepared. And let's see. Okay, where we're at. Okay, so we have the Emerald Mirror. This is still going. So we're gonna install Emerald AI on this one. Manager. Assets. I think we have the latest multiplayer. That one we want to do at the end. Can we do mirror here? I wonder if it's. Or I never installed mirror. Okay, so I need to get as an asset. Oh crap, I have to log in. I'm gonna go change to this one. Or let's see where we're at. Okay, mirror. Okay. And yeah, most of the stuff is not super like amazing or anything. It just takes time. So it's hard. Now, in Unity here. Okay, so download. I'm gonna download Mirror. Even though I don't use Mirror, the only reason I'm doing that is because I want to see what the package does. Import, install everything. Let me see. Yeah, that's still running. Number of files 1024. Yeah, I'm gonna install an upgrade. Nothing. Probably have to do AI navigation stuff. I need Emerald after this. I'm still looking at this right here. This is still, the other one is still going. So both of them are kind of going. I could, let me get rid of Discord. Discord here, yeah. trying to get rid of as much as possible. I can't get rid of that or that because I'm on it right now. Okay. Keep going. Okay, so we have mirror, I think, and then emerald. 25. And really, Emerald AI, it's like 2025 over 3.0 is way better. I'm glad that they decided, because Emerald AI 2025 used to be 2024. They just changed it, but I prefer that they change it and they update the same one rather than create a new one for the sake of new version. But this is definitely different and more improved because it's very, I'm not going to say modular. It's a little bit more modular because you can add stuff and you have a base, and then you can add like wandering to the AI. So that's really good. It has a lot of good stuff. And like I showed you the animations, even though it looks like there's a lot, there's different samples. If you don't have flying, you can do walking. It's very easy to just transfer over, and you can just use the animations they have. But if you have the animations to replace them to match your character, then you can do that. That will work too. But my advice is to do, like, if I was starting, or like if I had to add AI, I would think about it now. And because I didn't know this AI had as much as it does. And there's some things that are already solved with my game that I don't want to resolve with Emerald AI. And that's why AI should not, like enemies, should not be an afterthought or be the last thing you think about. Because you'll have to come to some big refactoring decisions. So it's important to always, when you're R&D, that you take everything into account. But that's why we're doing this right now. Did it import? Just download it. I think. Import. By the time we install this, our stuff will be ready. Okay, we already did. Sure. Okay, nothing to install. Okay, so we have both. Now we can import the multiplayer. Okay, so we have both assets, Emerald AI mirror, and now the Emerald AI 2025 multiplayer mirror package. Okay, now let's see, enable, ensure you're working in the project Emerald AI. This will not work if you're trying to upgrade from an existing version. Oh my gosh, it says it's not present. Okay, then it's not working because obviously it is present. We have Emerald AI. We have mirror. No idea where mirror. Sample scene. Window package there. Go to mirror. Mirror is right here. Import. Install and upgrade. Okay, so this is the pop-up we didn't get yet. Okay, so mirror is not here. Now it will be. Just all these pop-ups. How's the other? Okay, so the other project is done, so we can go back to that one. And if we need to, it's finishing, compiling. Okay. Because eventually, the first thing we're gonna do with the project is test it in the editor, and if that works, I'm gonna make a build, and then I'm gonna play in the headset and in the editor to test things. But that will take a bit too. So maybe we'll just make sure both things work in the editor, and then we'll build. Because there's gonna be bugs. You'll see that when we do things. Okay. So they're both spinning up. Okay. Working. Okay. Waiting. Okay. That's it. Ready. Just things if we need to. We can compile already. Connecting to the editor or to the PC. Okay, so we're done. Okay, now we're ready. It's that this theme API, I have to get rid of that. Technically, I could have just played in the editor in PC. Oh no, dang it. It's not, it's stuck. I have to wait. Oh no, it's still working. Okay, good. I think it is. This guy. Hello. Booty. Okay. The other one is detecting mirror now, but we'll go over that later. Get it right now. This is like, okay. Gotta wait for this. Okay, so it's stuck. So we're gonna close down stuff. Let's try getting rid of this first. This is okay. Let me see if I can connect. Can't get rid of that, so remove the editor. And let me make sure I can connect first. Connecting. So what I do is I come in here and this. Wait, what? Okay, it's like you can't see what I'm. Okay. Empty. Okay. Now first, let me see. Okay, let me connect to the PC first. So that's working. Gee. Okay, so it's connected. I can open up the editor. Always want to make sure I'm Android. Okay, and we're at the 1 hour mark. So hopefully now it's just testing. And it's, I'm kind of, I'm trying to think of what to publish for the side quest. If I should put this Emerald AI just for kicks and see if people like it. Like if you fight with this flying guy. I'll make it work for now. The hardest thing will be getting the enemy to spawn network stuff. It'll be a little bit costly in performance because it's not super optimized, but it'll get the job done. And I think that's the main thing is if I could spawn a network object, it'll fix everything. And mm, yeah, I just gotta get access to the runner. Um, but if I can get that, I think everything will work fine. And I can test it. And then I gotta see if people like that. Because I think I can. The other thing I would want to do is just animate stuff on my own because it's less crazy, and try to learn from Emerald AI on how they switch from one animation to the other and the setup. So first emulate the setup, and then I would create the animation stuff that I need. Because sometimes you don't need some of the stuff. They have to cater to a bunch of possibilities. The fact that you could have 10 to 20 attacks, and my guys will just have one for the most part. Maybe the bosses will have 3 different attacks that they do. We can definitely update that. No, that's taking forever. Gotta, so that's the main thing, is trying to figure out balance between I can go crazy, I can use Emerald AI and it looks good, but under the hood I know there's like I just fudged it to make it work. But maybe I do need to spend time figuring it out. But we'll see what happens. I gotta see how we could treat the enemies. And yeah. Oh, oh man. Takes forever. Okay, so and then what's the other stuff? Oh, the detection and the roaming. Um, that's like a stretch goal enemy. So like I think the goal is to get these sometime next week. This one today. This one today, right? And then enemy roaming like on Monday, Tuesday. And so the idea, if I do this, that's my schedule. I gotta do this. Enemy roaming. And then this is like super low, medium. Okay. So we'll see. So this is the third. This is, I mean, we could do Monday. Second. And once trying to think. I don't think I can do time tracking. What the heck? Yeah, because I have to pay for that. Dumb. So yeah, so time tracking is a paid feature. I don't care enough for now. Mm, I could do another timer application that can help me keep track of my time. Um, while we're at it, let's see if we can find. Okay, so the setup AI duplicator manager. So this can help you duplicate components. Reference AI. Users can customize which components will be copying. One has a description, so this is nice if you want to duplicate. No delete for you. Also, you can add it to all the other ones. Viewer, playback speed, preview animations, creating a clean animation event. factions. This is the stuff that we're talking about. Different faction list. So you can kind of figure out how to add them to each faction. If you wanted more, we can have that, which is pretty cool because I think one thing that I would like to do is do this at runtime, so that way we can have like player factions, and then you can actually kill each other, which is kind of crazy. But we can do that. So add some PvP components to the game. Combat text. Oh yeah, so like damage. So that's the thing we want to do with our game. Health display. What about the health? Then we have integrations. We have Invector, Final Arcade, Dialogue System, Quest Machine, Love 8, FPS Engine, Game Creator, Puppet Maker. There's a lot integrations. Then we have built-in polling. Oh yeah, there's the polling system. Basically, you have knowledge. I'll protect those. Yeah, so this is good. So this is like spawn effect for despawning into the pool system. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, let's see if we are in. And yeah, okay. So now we're gonna test moment of truth. Close that. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, the other thing is we have volume. Let me make sure the URP settings. All right, yeah, Magic Contour Custom. That's where we have the depth enable. And here we have depth texture. That will give us the text that we need for some stuff. Okay, come on. Okay, so play. And this time it should work fine. If it doesn't, I have to figure out why it's freezing, but I don't think it is. It's just a bug. I tried to add the VR headset too soon. Or I hit play too soon. Okay. So we have the spells. That one. Okay, 3 spells. We're gonna go face our guy. We do have an enemy somewhere in here. Can't remember where I put him. Nice. Then did that work? Oh, I'm super tired. I need a nap. Maybe I'll take a nap after this. Okay, so I'm going to. I forget that you guys can't see what I see completely. So I'm gonna try to. Okay. Okay, and then in here, I will show. I'll be coming in here, and the main thing that we want to see. I don't know why. I gotta fix the panning. But we're gonna. This guy's here waiting for us, so we'll see if we can trigger him. Is the moment of truth. No. Oh wait. What the heck? What? Oh my gosh! I think I accidentally clicked like closed it. Freaking! It's so annoying. Hopefully, it should be faster now. But like out of nowhere, I accidentally clicked the wrong thing and it closed. I think I did like a right click close. Or here we go. At least we have the UI. where we need it. Go fast. Come on. Things weird. These assets. Hmm. Oh, I accidentally click, right click, and close or something. Okay, let's try it again. No clicking. Yeah, and I think if I go through here, it'll spawn an enemy. You can see the difference. So I have this guy. So I already have AI kind of like working. This guy doesn't move. It's level 1. But I can already have them level 1. They shoot me. I shoot them. Like everything's working. But I wanted to use Emerald AI because I was like, well, they have a lot of cool stuff with it, like roaming and shooting stuff. And they have a lot of stuff set up. But let's see. Okay, can you see? Okay, now you see the guy. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna hurry. Okay. Oh no, crap, I stepped on the wrong one. Where is he? Oh. Die. Okay. Okay. Good. Did we so make sure we don't have an error? Okay. I should have put some debug logs, but I'm pretty optimistic. But every time I think it's working, I'll find something that I forgot to add. Like I didn't double check the layers, but I think I added the right layers. Let's see. The main thing is, does it detect me and does it start shooting? If it doesn't detect me, I'll turn on the pretend target so that I start shooting, and I can check if the shooting actually damages me. Okay. Where is he? Somewhere over here. Oh, there. He's kind of cool. He's kind of levitating at an angle. Whatever. He wants to be cool though. He wants to pretend he's cool. Yeah, he's not detecting me. Oh yeah, he is. Oh whoa whoa. That's actually pretty cool. I think it's hitting me. No. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me see. Does it? Oh, he is. But he's not looking at me though. Hello. Oh, he's looking at me with his face, but his body. Oh, if I get too close, I can kill him. The other thing is, yeah, it's not gonna detect him. So die. What the? Oh, because the. Oh, I shouldn't shoot that way though. It's shooting at the aim assist. I'm not gonna use the aim assist for the dragon. Okay, let me check something. There's no errors, but this guy's pretty dumb. Like he only shoots if he's in front of it. That's what sometimes I'm like, I can make it better. The other thing is these things are not hitting me. So this guy's pretty lame. So this is what I don't like about tools so much is that they they have all the bells and whistles. Easy. They have all the bells and whistles, but at the end of the day, it's like then I have to figure out how to make sure that they actually hit you. Whereas my other guys already hit you. I don't have any problems with that. And it removed everything. Let me see. So there's a projectile objects. Particle system render none. Okay. Okay, so this guy has a local trigger damage. The moment it shoots, it should continue speculative. Supposed to hit me here. Supposed to hit this thing. Okay. If I do that, oh whoa, what happened? Oh, because I disconnected. Dang it. Hate this connection. I think because I paused it too much. Can't. Anyway, so all bonds I lost. Okay. So yeah, I'll probably scrap half of it, like all of this. Just testing. It's good though. I learned a lot. But yeah, I'm not too happy with it because like all this setup, and then I would have to spend hours tweaking it so that these things are good. Like right, like my and this is another thing. When I worked on Sail, Sail VR is the pirate game, and we had the enemies. We tried Emerald AI too, but it was like fighting an uphill battle from then until the end, like until we tried. And so like, because then like you have good animations, you have preset stuff, everything's smooth, but the AI is not good. It doesn't land. It's very boring. Like it's hard to make them good, like where it feels like like you're fighting against something. It looks cool, like you saw. It's just that there's so many little things. Like for example, like a sphere cast instead of like a radius or whatever. Like I was below and it didn't detect me. I had to be right in its face, and that's very lame. I think. Like, so yeah, it's just I don't like it. I prefer, so my tactic with making AIs is make him OP first, make him super aware, they know where to hit and they hit every time, whatever, and then go from there to make him less aggressive or better, and then add the polish of all the features and stuff that you want. The problem is that when you have all these features pre-made, which is kind of nice supposedly because it helps you have something that looks nice, at the end of the day, like it's not good. Like I think the design process goes from prototype of white boxing first, then the nice polished stuff. And you might say, well, if we have the polished stuff, then all we have to do is tweak. Yeah, but those tweaks are hard because now we have like 50 different parameters that we might not even use. And it's moving slow, it's good, but like where's the stuff? Like so if I go 0-1, for example, now I have to figure out, okay, why is the thing not hitting me? Like it has the collision trigger. Let's see. Let's pull up the thing. Let's just do it in here. So I'm gonna do. I could add a damager on this player and see it and test it that way. But the thing is, like, yeah, I have to do so much just to like make sure it's working right. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, so these guys. Okay. Oh wait, see the collision? See where it's at? That's off, right? So it's moving. The collision's off, and then let's see. We have it's an ignore raycast. Why are you putting an ignore raycast? Oh, like I didn't tell it to do that. And so if I change this to like bullet, yeah, just change it for whatever. And then I'm gonna hit play. It'll hit. Like, see, like, so annoying. So what is it setting? See, like, and now I have to go and figure out where it does that, and like, let's just do it. I'm gonna cut my stream short. I'm just gonna delete all this and do it on my own. But I think even it's valuable still because I need to understand how things work. Because when it does come to animations and the swipe friend, my animations suck. That's why I have the flying eye because I don't need any animations. It's a eyeball that just moves around, and that's why I did that first. But I'm trying to test other things. So if you guys are interested in checking out the Discord, like helping me with AIs, and I have a bunch of assets, a bunch of enemies that we can make. Oh, well, that I have, and then other enemies that we can make. Join the Discord, and then we can talk about what kind of spells and what kind of enemies you want in the game. Let me see the last thing. So Emerald, what was it that I needed? Okay, so we have this guy. We have last thing is guy. He's there. Okay, so this guy somewhere along the lines on the attack. So I needed to do combat. Weapon. Only have one, but it's okay. Can have multiple, which is cool again, but I don't need it. Effects to disable. What? Oh, dang it, I don't even know what the effects. Oh yeah. So let me see. Shard, and this has like a model demo trail effect. Okay, okay, so demo trail and demo trail. Yeah, I forgot what was it was something else, but I'm gonna rename it demo trail. I'm gonna try to find that and deactivate it. Okay, we have the attack distance too close. We'll just do too close. No one's too close. Attack distance 40, whatever. But the thing is, this is like, see how it does this, but it does it at an angle, which is not good. Okay, health, movement. Weapon time 1. Okay. Okay, so I need to figure out what in this is making it change collision. See if there's a way to damage module. Do I need damage module? No, because I base damage settings, use random amounts, base amount, ragdoll force, use critical hits, critical settings, use damage over time. So I could, yeah, it's nice, but like there's other, do that spread module, horizontal radius, just kind of, I think that's like the spread of the, and homing, total between projectiles, attack target, attach to target. Oh man. Target type, print target. We could do closest enemy, collider module. Oh, there's the collider. We want to do it in the bullet, radius. Oh, what's the radius? Doesn't matter. Maybe make it big. I don't care. Layers. Projectile layer, collider layers. They're the same. But we wanna nothing. damageable. Those are the stuff that we're gonna do. Condition, cooldown. We can do cooldown like 2 seconds, maybe. No, that's fine the way it is. With 5. Create effects. We don't need that. Oh, cooldown. No. Oh, there you go. Target type, general. Okay, so we have that. It should now work. Should try to hit me. Let's see how it goes again. We'll try it one last time and see, and we'll finish it because I don't want to spend more time on this. I actually want to get to the good stuff. Maybe I'm trying to think. I have something in mind. I keep forgetting what they're called, but I'll get some axe guys, skeletons that'll hit you and stuff. Hold on. Loading. We could also add the roaming stuff, but not good. Okay, last test. I'm not gonna even bother with. I could add just a collision on him, for the enemy, and then add a health. So like I could add everything I added to the other guy. Let's check this out. But I'm just not interested in. Like, there's no point in me. I just want to get this one down to say, okay, like I understand how the plugin works, and show you guys what my process would be if I keep going. But I don't think it's worthwhile for me to continue to add stuff to this because I'm not going to use it. But it's not a waste of money because I think I will use it as a reference, and that's why I have the other project that I made to see how they network stuff, how do they do the blend between AI animations. Okay, let's see if this guy is gonna actually damage me. I think, yeah, this guy here. Yeah. Here. Okay, good. Like, I think I. Okay. I want to add enemies here. Maybe some simple guys. I'll probably I'm gonna take out these red crystals. Probably do some grass. Okay. Do I have made him so that he can detect me farther out? Can't kill him yet, but I could make it. Okay, so he's shooting. Let's gonna do something. Oh, don't tell me he doesn't detect me now. Oh, oh man, it actually hits. Yeah, but he's waiting because of the cooldown. That's not 1 second. That's a long 1 second. Again. Oh, oh, you missed, dude. See, like I'm below, and he's not gonna attack me. Like this is lame, right? I don't like this. I'm like, I could. Oh man. Okay. Pretty cool. He does damage. He does some damage, but like this is show. Serious damage. It's pretty cool. It's just not like it's meh. Oh wow, they actually come back to get me. Oh, so they're like homing. Oh, that's what they are. Okay, let me see if I can. Be cool if we could hit. We make like a shield. So yeah, I could do something with that. Okay. Yeah, this guy is meh. Not very interesting. So anyway. Okay, cool. So we got it working. This guy shoots. He thinks it's cool, but at the end of the day, his ability to see like all this, like hello. Let me see what the error is. Maybe it's hide art. Oh yeah, I need to figure that one. There's a network being called, but the object's being destroyed. So I gotta check before it despawns. But anyway, so this is like a pretty um slow session because there wasn't any like I'm not gonna invest more into this because of the way the behavior, right? Even if I were to get everything working, you saw the way it works, right? It's just like I don't want to do the uphill battle, trying to get this guy to be good. Like that's the problem. It's like it looks like it's 90% there, and it would just be a few tweaks of the settings to make it do things. And I'm gonna ask on Discord, like I'll ask him like, hey, what's up with this guy? Like, why is it like 2D raycast instead of the 3D like a sphere cast? Maybe it's with detection, right? Right here. Field of view, detection distance, detection frequency, obstruction, layers, factions. I have no idea. Controls the direction which field of view. But the field of view is that, and so I can do field of view, detection distance. Yeah, I know that. Like I know all this, but like obstruction seconds. I just don't understand. Anyways, that is it. I will have something better for tomorrow. I'm gonna figure it out, and then we're gonna start the vertical slice with this game. Trying to solidify the VFX, the path, the enemy, the interactions, the tunnel. Trying to really zone in on making the experience work. Figure out the puzzles, the size, better enemies, and just I'll probably add one enemy per path. Start with the first path, make that shine and really good, and then go from there into the other paths and launch on side quests. So I'm gonna have to remove the meta stuff. We won't have a backend to save on. I'll remove that and I'll remove the names, and so you'll just have one playthrough to go through and see what players ask for, maybe like a backend and stuff. Yeah, well, thanks for watching. If you saw this and if you want to scroll through and see why we are not using Emerald AI and why I decided to go with my own stuff. We'll see ya throughout the week, Monday, Thursday, and